be required to be 3 matches, if has been the case so far. Ends up being 2-0 wins, 2-0 wins. I don't know if we've even had a best of 3 yet that's gone all the way.
No, I don't think we have. We thought we might, but it went to extra time and we got a winner in that first game in the last set of 3 in it. And then that same team, I can't remember who it was, they went through and won the second game as well.
Iran.
I think it might have been Iran, yeah, against Hong Kong, China. It was 1-1 and it went to extra time, and then Iran won 4-1, and then of course won the second game, winning 2-0 over the 2 games. Therefore, again, the third game was null and void. So, seconds away here. Now, Andy, get off the fence. Come on, who's going to win this game? Do you see a route back for the host in India, or do you see a clean sweep, a 2-0 victory for Vietnam again?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vietnam. I just think the quality we saw there, and I know it's obviously a different scenario now with the addition of 2 extra players, but I think looking at those 2 as the strongest 2 players and what we just saw, I think Vietnam will be too strong, and I think they will progress. But it would be great. It would be great to see this one go all the way to the decider. I would say that as well. What about yourself?
I'd have to agree with you. I just think it seems like they've got a winning mentality as well. I said at the start that both of them said that, what do you want to do? And they said, well, I want to be world champion at PES. And he's certainly Taitan Phuc has shown that sort of quality. And then another question that was asked of them about their fellow teammates, well, they both said they both try hard and they don't like to lose. So they've got that winning mentality as well as the talent. So yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. But you never know, such is the unpredictability of live offline events. One bit of action in a game can completely change a game, as you've seen so far.
They've swapped around then, so Barcelona are now the host nation Indonesia, with Coutinho attacking Arsenal, who are the team of choice now for Vietnam. Suarez.
Oh, it's almost a lightning start for Indonesia. Still might be. Sergio Busquets, possibly the only player on the field that you wouldn't want it to fall to in the 6-yard box. But they did so well to even get a chance, that header at the near post. But now Arsenal on the counter-attack, lightning from Vietnam. And how on earth has that stayed out?
Yeah, what a pass that was from Aubameyang to Lacazette. And I'm just so surprised that didn't end up being a goal, because, well, it's that touch. He went for it the first time. If he'd have taken a touch and taken the shot lower.
I'm not sure if he was in mixed minds about whether to. I think it looked like he might have already pressed past to obviously then scoop it again to an on-rushing player, just miscued it. Nevertheless, they have the corner, because PK ran it out of play in the end after it looped towards the edge of the area. What a save from ter Stegen, from Mesut Ozil. Wow, he hit that. And it's been a lightning 9 minutes, Andy.
Yeah, that's terrific. It's rare, isn't it, that you get a goal from that sort of position. Ozil just shot from a low shot through a crowded penalty area. Here's Messi on his favoured left. Surely Messi for Barcelona. A great save by Petr Cech. Indonesia denied the opener once again.
Such a good chance, and you can't be missing these. It's an absolute gilt-edge opportunity for Lionel Messi, and you'd put your house on him scoring that as he bared down on goal. Petr Cech came out, he made the angle difficult. You'd still expect a player of Lionel Messi's ability to put that away. He hasn't, and both teams now have missed big opportunities. What we have seen from the co-ops already today is that chances are aplenty, and we've almost got another one here, and it drops to the edge of the area with Vidal. Surely can't pull the trigger, and somehow Luis Suarez couldn't get on the end of it, and we get a brief respite here, Andy. Breathless stuff.
This is the kind of PES you want to see, isn't it? You want to see both just going for it, and they are doing that in this match. Here's Mkhitaryan for Arsenal. It's now with Coutinho for Barcelona, for Indonesia against Vietnam.
They are just shading it for me so far, Indonesia, the host nation. They have to, of course, win this game, otherwise they will be crashing out just before the knockout stages. But it's Vietnam who come away on the counter-attack again, into Mesut Ozil, onto his right foot, and he's fired wide. How have we not had a goal so far, Andy?
Again, just like that chance involving Aubameyang assisting Lacazette, I was thinking, right, that's it, that's the first goal.
You looked at your papers, you were ready to start talking about being 1-0 and go on to the next period of play, and somehow when you looked up, it had gone the wrong side of the post. Amazing to watch these chances. It's probably two apiece now of big chances wasted. Can one of these two teams finally break the deadlock to send their team in front? We've got another chance. It's Luis Suarez. He pulls it back. It's Iniesta. It's blocked by Koscielny, the Frenchman, and fired away. And it is 21 minutes of some of the most breathless PES 2018 action we've seen so far here at the demonstration event of the Asian Games, and it has not by any means finished so far as Sergio Busquets finds Iniesta.
We should have a goal. Here's Suarez.
We might have a goal. We don't have a goal. It's saved again by Petr Cech.
Once again, great play from Iniesta. Happy to hold the ball up, wait for a space to open up. And to be fair, to give credit to Suarez, he did well there. Because look, there are 3 Arsenal bodies all around him. So to actually get the shot on goal, it was actually an achievement.
That drop of the shoulder again, but this time it was from Indonesia. So obviously they'd been watching what had happened against them in the first game and how that was so effective. And they've actually tried to utilise that there, and it almost paid off. Now it's a corner to be taken by Messi, and it's headed up and away. Halfway through the first half, who shaded it for you, Andy?
I can't call it. I think both have had some excellent chances. Both should have scored multiple times.
Another one.
So they're both as bad as each other.
Finishing certainly hasn't been the strongest. They're creating chances, which is very promising, but they just haven't been able to take them. And you'd have to say, well, I'd have to say that Indonesia have possibly missed maybe 1-2 chances more.
But the chances are bigger for them. They're losing 1-0 overall from the first game. So the chances are bigger for them. They've got to put them away if they're going to progress.
The promising thing is they are, of course, creating chances. And that's always one of the biggest things that you ask a manager in world football, what's the biggest worry? And the biggest worry is not creating chances. If you're creating them and missing them, it's something you can work on. However, you can be made to pay, and they almost were there. Fingertips again. The goalkeepers have certainly been on top in this game. Both Petr Cech and ter Stegen have pulled off some blinding saves. It looked like there was a bit of a mix-up there. The referee gave a free kick, and it's fired in and cleared away finally by Sergio Busquets. Can they catch them on the counter now for the host nation, Indonesia? Chance.
I wondered if that might have been a penalty. Here's Suarez, dispossessed by Mustafi, but the free kick has been given. Coutinho and Busquets are standing over the ball. Iniesta wants it short, meanwhile. He gets it short and almost dummies it to Alba. There was a slight touch from Andres Iniesta. Busquets. Back to Piqué in the centre of the Barcelona defence. 10 minutes to go before the break. It's still goalless. We've only had one half of football that we have commentated on today that has ended without a goal. Here's Suarez looking for Coutinho. Good defending at the back.
And this game should be anything but a 0-0 so far. This should be 3-3. But at this moment in time, we are deadlocked. And the little pop-up there saying pass failed, as if to rub salt in the wound there from the game, as Mkhitaryan plays it back towards Aaron Ramsey. Possession, brilliant, and then that final finish when they have got the chances has been, well, you'd have to say a bit woeful as it's played through. Can we finally get that finish? Yes, we can, and Arsenal take the lead, and it's Aubameyang for Vietnam, and it's just the sort of start they wanted.
Relief for the side taking on the host nation, because they know now they're firmly in the driving seat. They have the 1-0 victory already prior to this second match. This 2-on-2 is now 2-0 as it stands. Indonesia have even more pressure, and they'll be thinking now surely a little bit about those chances that they should have converted in the first half.
They definitely missed more than Arsenal, that's for sure. Indonesia have missed quite a few, and Vietnam have made them pay here, and it's that elusive little ball over the top again. Took the touch, calm finish. This time the goalkeeper stayed fairly rooted, didn't close down the angle, and, well, you'd have to say Aubameyang's not going to miss from there. Although stranger things have happened in that first half, as Messi looks for an instant response here for Indonesia. On his left foot, tries to play it through, crowded out, good defending again from Arsenal.
Yeah, there's that temptation when you have Messi as a player of PES that you
to
just
do
want
too
him
much
to do everything, and he can't 9 times out of 10. Certainly against 2 players on the opposite side.
Yeah, and that's possibly when the statistics for all the players are even, like we saw in the PES League World Tour this year. It means that you're less likely to utilise certain players, and you will know as well, Lionel Messi will be heavily fatigued by his exploits in the opening 60 minutes, and they of course may need to change him as a result.
Well, we saw him brought off earlier, didn't we, in the competition?
Yeah.
In a couple of matches. Here's Mkhitaryan dinking over the top towards Lacazette. Alba only partly clears because it's still in a dangerous position as far as Barcelona are considered. That is a foul, so a free kick has been awarded in favour of Barcelona. Coutinho seemingly the man to take it, and it will be a short one. Alba, now Coutinho again. Jordi Alba with a bit of space inside the box.
Half an hour to find that elusive equalising goal. Otherwise, the host nation will be crashing out right at the end before the knockout stages. It will be harsh. And how on earth has that not gone in either? Luis Suarez has missed about 4 opportunities here for Indonesia and Barcelona, and this was probably the pick of the bunch. I mean, you'd have to score them sort of chances, don't you? You've got to feel for the guys. They've created so many amazing opportunities, and right at the end, I mean, that was a hair's breadth away, wasn't it? I mean, it must have skimmed some paint off the woodwork there.
With the leap of the Arsenal player ahead of him, Kolasinac, I think it was, it almost seemed as though it caught him by surprise, the fact that the opportunity arrived. Here's Vidal.
I mean, you can't fault their tenacity shown in this game after losing the first one, or the endeavour, but you can fault their finishing, certainly.
Iniesta. Ramsey picks up the poor pass, a rare poor pass from Andres Iniesta. Now Suarez on his right, deflection from Koscielny.
You just feel the pressure is just ramping up, the siege mentality. Indonesia know that they are 25 game minutes away, which is just a few in real time from crashing out, and they know now that they have to take one of these chances, and you have to feel as well there will be more in the remaining 20 minutes or so game time, because how chances far better than Indonesia, and on the balance of play, you'd have to say a professional performance from Vietnam.
Lacazette started that move as well with the back heel to Ozil, and then he almost used the front two studs on his boots because of the way the ball fell in the air to actually just finish off the move.
Majestic.
Yeah, really good goal. Here's Xhaka. There's obviously still time for Arsenal and Vietnam to expand their lead. Lacazette. Oh, lovely. He's on goal now. Lacazette. He goes for the chip over the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. It didn't quite have the height to beat a tall goalkeeper, as Aubameyang still keeps it alive.
You almost, as a neutral, you almost don't want Vietnam to score a third, because I think it would, A, flatter them a little bit, but also it would make you feel very sorry for Indonesia, considering how well they have played and really how many goals they could and should have probably scored. But again, this is the harsh reality of tournament PES. You know, if you're not quite on your A game either in defence or attack, you will be punished, and that's exactly what's happened here. And Vietnam will be sailing through, you think, unless, Messi challenged right at the death, unless, of course, we can get a last gasp bit of drama from Indonesia, which we might get here from Luis Suarez. What a save from the goalkeeper, Lionel Messi, surely, and they've taken one of those chances, and the host nation go wild in the auditorium.
But look at those two guys there, sitting at the controls, Setia and Elga. They know that realistically there's still a lot of work to be done.
I mean, they battered that door left, right and centre for a good 70, 80 minutes of this match to no avail. And then finally it comes from a ricochet. It falls to the perfect man, Lionel Messi, who just taps into the empty net. We now have 10 minutes to grab that ball, get back to the halfway line and make it 2-2. Otherwise, they are out, and Vietnam will be sailing through to the semi-finals, where they will play either Malaysia or Iran. And of course, that game is, I believe, going on at this moment in time as well, and we will update you as soon as we know the score to that. And in that group, in Group A, Malaysia and Iran both have 6 points, so whoever wins that will be going through to play against the runner-up in Group B, which we believe will be the winner of this game. So Vietnam, because Japan already had 6 points and are playing against India, who had 0 points after the 2 opening fixtures or sets of fixtures. However, as we've seen today, you never know. It could be India who win that against Japan, and one of these two teams, i.e. what's looking like Vietnam, may top that group. So all will be clarified as soon as we know, and we will inform you of said facts.
Barcelona have 5 up top and Arsenal have 7 at the back, effectively. So we can see now that Arsenal and Vietnam are really trying to close this game out, get to the end with victory to secure their place in the last 4. Indonesia are throwing everything at trying to keep alive their dream of getting out of the group. Meanwhile, Japan are 2-0 up against India, so India,
there you go,
unfortunately losing all of their games from their perspective. Japan, meanwhile, with a 100% record, providing they see out that match.
So 5 minutes remaining here, Andy, for a equalising goal, and it's Lionel Messi, and they're doing all the right things, but that's so disappointing. And it's tight, but it's sloppy there. He's looking all the way along the line, and he should know better, shouldn't he?
He should know a lot better. Here's Rakitic. The header is picked up by Ramsey. Dembele, come on, we've got 3 more minutes. What can Indonesia do? They've got to make it count, at least give us some excitement.
You can feel the atmosphere in this auditorium just rising in support of the host nation. They feel there might be something, but they need to get the ball back. And at this moment in time, it's through Mkhitaryan. They have a corner now, Arsenal, and they can run the clock down furthermore. Andy, is it too little too late, or will we see a last-minute equaliser potentially?
I think they've just got to run the clock down. I just think that Arsenal have got to play it safe now, because there's clearly a threat from Barcelona. They've scored.
You'd go short here, wouldn't you? Yeah. Surely.
But no one's coming. It looks like it will be a long corner taken by Cazorla.
So 1 minute, just 1 minute plus stoppage time. Oh, they've gone for goal, and it's come off the crossbar and somehow stayed out. The goalkeeper, Ter Stegen, was all over the place, all at sea. Didn't see the header coming in from Aubameyang, and now we have one last chance to pump that ball forwards for Indonesia to grab the equalising goal, and it's Rakitic finds Lionel Messi. It's a challenge, still the pressure on. I can't stop talking because the atmosphere in here is just rising through the roof, but they're the wrong end of the field, Andy, and they've given it away.
Aubameyang now to Ramsey. Aubameyang, he can wrap it up. No, he's offside, but we are moments away. We're seconds away from the end of this match, which is going to be won, by the looks of it, by Vietnam. 2-1, and indeed they do win, and they are through to the semi-finals. They will battle it out to win a medal. They're one more match away in terms of a victory from medaling here in Jakarta, as Indonesia are beaten 2-0 overall. And yeah, great to see the sporting behaviour at the end from the two sets of players.
That is something we do see, you know, on a regular basis in the PES League, the World Tour, and of course here at the Asian Games, that they're fighting against each other when it comes to the actual matches. But as soon as those games are finished, of course, it's the community spirit that comes back in, the handshakes, you know, because at the end of the day, these guys have. They play offline, they play online together as well, and of course it is lovely to see that camaraderie at the end as well.
So we're waiting for confirmation on how the other matches have gone, but we know that from the group we've just seen with Indonesia, Indonesia are out. Also heading out as well, India with 0 points right at the bottom. Japan are through as the winners with a 100% record. 9 points from their 3 matches. They are the team to beat, the formidable Japanese.
Well, we need to wait and see what happened with the Malaysia-Iran game as well, because one of those 2 teams could finish on 9 points as well, of course. But yeah, I mean, you'd have to say on paper, like we said at the start, that Japan will be one of the favourites. They sort of have lived up to that. I mean, talking about that game then, the actual commiserations for Indonesia, of course, crashing out the host nation. The support here from the guys down there in the stands was great. That last sort of 10-15 minutes, that sort of carnival atmosphere was coming out. It just didn't quite happen, and they just missed far too many chances. And you'd have to say Vietnam were professional in their approach, and they sort of sucked up the pressure, and they got the job done in the end.
Yeah, so far we've seen Barcelona as the